Hello, Chainfang44 here, and welcome to my top 10 companions list, featuring my top 10 companions. Obviously, I have considered companions across everything of Doctor Who, from the comics, the books, the audios, and obviously the television series. Some of them you'll probably quite expect, as they're quite obvious companions, but some of them are probably what you'd probably call, I think I'd probably say, probably not the ones you're expecting. Let's begin. At number 10, we have Canine, as you've probably just seen if the editing went well. I love Canine as a companion. He's different. I like different companions that aren't just the standard humanoid Earth girl, or just humanoid in a way. I know we've had other non-human companions like Nissa. She's not a human, but she physically there's no difference. But Canine is so different. He was brilliant in the TV series. He was brilliant in Canine Company. He was brilliant in the Sarah Jane Adventures, even the Canine series. I love that show. It's such a different show. I love Canine. I haven't listened to any of his audios though. On audio, I haven't listened to anything of him on audio. Well, apart from Zagways, but you didn't really get much of Canine in there. So I will, and I want to do that. And Canine is so brilliant. But he just made the list. It was either very close between Canine and Perry. They were very close together. So, I think we should now go on to number 8. Number 9 is Captain Jack Harkness. I love Jack's character played by John Barrowman. He was brilliant. His best series was in Torchwood was series 3. I thought he was brilliant in Torchwood because I class him as a companion, even though he wasn't a regular companion. He was a companion for a short time with the 9th Doctor and a few times with the 10th. I really wish they bring Jack back, as there is rumours that he might be appearing in the Christmas special with River. I love Jack's character. He was brilliant in the Torchwood audio, the one he was in. That was amazing. I love that. He's such different because again he's a different companion. He's not the standard Earth girl. He's not even he's humanoid, but he's not from Earth. He's because obviously he becomes the face of Bo, and he can't die. Well, apart from that thing in Miracle Day, but that was a completely different situation. But yeah, he's different. So no matter what happens, what adventure he's in, he has nothing to lose apart from him himself. He has nothing to lose. He's got his friends he can lose. He's got that, but he's got no fear of going in there and dying. He will just go in there, come back to life, and just move slowly forward each time, even if that's the case. So I love Jack. He's so different. I cannot wait to hear him more in the Tortured audio series and maybe Christmas. So yeah, now we go on to number 8. At number 8 we have Sir Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, otherwise known as the Brigadier, first appearing in the Web of Fear, I think it is. I've got that, I haven't watched it yet. And then again in the Invasion, and then he went on to become a regular with the 3rd Doctor, and then appeared with every Doctor except he's appeared with every Doctor in the classic era. I'm not sure about the modern era, but he's definitely appeared with every Doctor in the classic era on telly and audio, because he appeared in this with the 6th and 8th Doctor on audios. There's not much to say about the Brigadier. He's just brilliant. Nicholas Courtney was a brilliant person. I hadn't realised he died until I was researching it about a year afterwards. I didn't realise he'd gone. I wasn't big. That was before I was big with everything else in Big Finish. I hadn't gotten into Big Finishes, the comics, the book. I hadn't got into any of that. And I realised that he died like a few months before Elizabeth Sladen died. I thought that was really sad. Like 2011, they were dropping like flies. But he's a brilliant companion. He's brilliant. He never travelled fully in the TARDIS, but he was always there. He was a good friend of the Doctor, even though he sort of appeared with the 12th Doctor technically, even though he wasn't named generally, but everyone knew it was him. He's a brilliant character. That's all I can really say at the beginning. I don't know how to describe him. He was just brilliant, or sort of contradicting the Doctor at times, like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and you can't tell me what to do. But it was absolutely amazing. Now, let's go on to number 7. This one's going to be an interesting one for you. At number 7, we have Alice from the Doctor Who comic, travelling with the 11th Doctor. She's she's a different companion. Again, I like a lot of these are like different. They're not the same as the standard Earth Girl companion. She, when the Doctor first met her, she had just lost her mother. She was feeling a bit sad, and she's a nice contradiction to the 8th Doctor, because like Amy and Rory and Clara, they both worked well with the 8th. I keep going to say 8th, the 11th Doctor, but they were energetic with him. She's not quite the same. She's a lot more down to earth. She's a lot calmer. I think she keeps the Doctor a bit more in control than other companions. I haven't read much of her, but from what I've read, she's a brilliant companion. I do really love her. I really want to see. I've only read what they've released in England so far, the Doctor Who comic in the UK. I haven't bought anyone. I want to listen to all of them. Not listen to read all of them. I'm used to saying listen to the Big Finish stuff. But yeah, that's all I can really say for her at the moment. And this next one's also another interesting one. Time to go on to number 6. At number 6, we have Cinder from the War Doctor book, Engines of War. She was a very brief companion for the War Doctor, appearing only in this book. The reason I read that book was because I'd started to get into the Doctor Who Legacy game on the phones, and I wanted to know who she was, because she was one of the characters. So I decided, well, I'll buy the book. I want to see what happens. That was a brilliant book. I'm still going to be reviewing it. Again, she's a lot different to other companions. She would, because she'd been living on this planet and been defending herself from Daleks. The person that trained her got erased from time, but yet because of the Daleks, she worked well with the War Doctor. I'm apologize. It's really hard to explain why I like these characters. I just really like them. And then at the end of the book, it was really sad. And it's like what happens to her is why the War Doctor does what he does during Day of the Doctor. It works really well, even though he doesn't reference Cinder in Day of the Doctor, because obviously the book hadn't been written then. And I so hope that they use her in the what's it called, War Doctor box set stuff for Big Finish. So yeah, yes. The next one is another interesting one. Let's go for number 5. At number 5, we have Frobisher, the badass penguin. I haven't actually read any of his audios. I keep getting the phrases mixed up. I haven't read any of his comics, but I have listened to both of his audios, and I do believe, and obviously for Holy Terror is my favourite. I will always be mentioning Holy Terror as my favourite audio. And he's brilliant. He's, again, a different companion. He's not the standard Earth Girl. He is a shapeshifter who likes to take the form of a bloody penguin. That's brilliant! Use that more. I like different things. I know Chameleon was a shapeshifter, but he never worked. He put in 2 audios, and there was an episode in the middle of that. He is so brilliant. I love Frobisher. The Doctor's travelling with a penguin. And he was acting like a penguin because he was trying to catch a gumblejack in the bath. He is brilliant. I love Frobisher. Even quite literally at the moment, all these, like, I say they're equal, but I just had to put them in some order because I just love them all. Anyway, let's go on to number 4. At number 4, we have Elinsmite from the Big Finish Audios, a companion to the Sixth Doctor. Again, a little bit different. Not an Earth person, yes, but an older woman. I think it's like 50s, 60s, and she has a heart condition apparently. Spoilers, by the way. Sorry. But yeah, she didn't give the Sixth Doctor any choice about coming. It's like, I'm a history. A bit. I can't really that phrase. Like, I'm a history teacher. I'm going with you. So with that, my computer's running out. Got to work fast. She's so brilliant. I cannot. It's such a shame what happened to Maggie Stables. That she passed away. I think it was like either late last year. Early, I think it was yeah, she passed away last year, wasn't it? Yeah. It's such a shame what happened to her. I look forward to listening to more of her on audio because she's such a nice companion. I really like her. She's brilliant in Jubilee, brilliant in the Marine Conspiracy. Just a brilliant companion all around. Now, I think my next one on number 3 is going to be quite controversial. On to number 3. At number 3, we have River Song. Yes, I like River Song. I like her as a character. I cannot wait for the Diary of Song, even though no one on the Whovian High Council seems to be looking forward to it for some reason. I love River. I need to speak to them. Like, ask why they don't like River Song. I love River Song. She's brilliant. I love her. She worked really well with the 10th and 11th Doctors, and I look forward to see how she is with the 12th and the 8th Doctor on audio. She's different. She's half part human, half Time Lord. That is different. We've seen her regenerate into River Song, obviously, because she's the daughter of Amy and Rory, and I cannot wait to see more of River. Such a good character, even if everyone on the Whovian High Council will disagree with me. I love River. Now, on to number 2. At number 2, we have Professor Bernice Summerfield. I love Benny. She's awesome. She's a much more grown-up character. She won't like in the TV series. Because the Doctor Who is supposed to be a kids show, it technically, but she is definitely not a kid companion. She's most definitely a much more mature character. I've heard her swear just in general conversation, I think. Whereas other companions, they wouldn't. She's such a brilliant companion. My battery is running dangerously low on my computer. I may have to record the rest of this later. But yeah, she is brilliant. I love Benny. I want to see more Benny. I hope at some point we see Benny with River Song. I will die if that. I will not. I hope he won't die. But she is just a brilliant companion. I want to see more of Benny. I'm doing the whole Benny audio series review thing, and I love it. I'm loving Benny. I haven't heard a bad one yet, even though I've only listened to 2 of them. I love Benny. I want to see more Benny. And now for number 1. At number 1, we have Sarah Jane Smith, a brilliant companion. I adored the Sarah Jane Adventures. It's such a shame. I remember the day that it was announced that she had died. When I watched news around, I was on my computer, and suddenly I heard on the news like Sarah Jane, Doctor Who and Sarah Jane Adventures actress Elizabeth Sladen has died. It was so sad. I love Sarah Jane. She's an absolutely brilliant companion. I love her in everything. The Sarah Jane Adventures, there wasn't a bad thing about that. I adored it. I hope that at some point we get to see more of what happened to the other people in that series. But obviously, I think the Sarah Jane Adventures itself is never, even if they just do it like someone narrates. I don't think if they can do like they would narrate her instead of actually have her there. I think it wouldn't be the same. So I think the Sarah Jane Adventures is never going to return in any form or anything, and I think a lot of people think that as well. So yeah, that was my top 10 companions list. some very controversial ones and ones that probably people didn't expect. So I will see you in at some point in the future. Train 44 out.